What is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckcutcher here with the Man Hour. Be sure to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page or check out the blog section as well. But if you are a Discord user, click on the Discord link below. Join our Discord. We just started it out. We're starting to grow the outside influence beyond Facebook, beyond YouTube. We got the forums page over on the website at manhourradio.com. And of course, we got the Discord section as well. But most importantly, guys, if you want to become a member, click on the Pigskin Pundit link below. Become a Pigskin Pundit like my man John is. John is the CEO of the Pigskin Pundits, and he says, Man Hour Nation, he says, is all about the Raiders. John, we know you're a Raiders fan. We know that you like dysfunctional teams, so we'll let it slide. But I love you like a brother, fuck it like a sister, John, because you are a brother from another mother. We also got my man Nash Prod is in the chat over there on the YouTube page. My man just joined the Discord the other day. I said, what's up? And he said he wanted Aiyuk on the show, right? He said, hey, what about Aiyuk to the Buffalo Bills? We jumped over there on the old Discord, and I said, hey, what do you think about Aiyuk? He's like, I don't want him. I don't want him. Get him out of here. Get him out of here, he says. But guys, thank you for joining us here today. We have a grand old time over here on the old Facebook page, facebook.com/Man Hour. And of course, youtube.com/Man Hour. And he says, what's up, Man Hour? Says, PP. Am I saying that right, PP? P-E-P-E? Pepe? Welcome, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, guys. We got a great show for you lined up today. We're going to continue our trek through the NFC South. We covered the Carolina Panthers yesterday, and today we got the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to cover the Atlanta Falcons, but also on Tuesday, every Tuesday here, we do a little thing called Fact or Crap. So if you ever guys want to talk about something and you want to determine if it's a fact or it's a crap, slide into the DM, slide over there on the Discord, drop your question, and bada bing, bada boom, we will ask the question. We will ask the question and then I'll determine if it's fact or crap. We're going to talk about Tyreek Hill today. We're going to talk more about Brandon Aiyuk and then Rashawn Reddick as well. But first. And now, Mike's thoughts. Every day I try to give my thoughts about something, whether I'm pissed off, whether I'm encouraged by it, whether I am intrigued by it, and today is no different. On the way home, I listen to other sports radio shows. I listen to our affiliate ESPN here in Louisville, which Man Hours aired right now. If you guys are in ESPN Louisville right now, you can hear us. You can hear us on 93.1 over there on the ESPN side, Louisville. ESPN Louisville, check it out. But on the way home, they were saying that the Dallas Cowboys have now surpassed $10 billion. Billion with a B. With the B. I don't know if I'm doing B right. The Cowboys are now valued, guys, at $10.32 billion. Billion. They are the only franchise to exceed $10 billion. So then I got to thinking, hey, it should be close, right? A couple million here, a couple million there, right? No. The next closest team that is valued the value that the Dallas Cowboys are the LA Rams, and they're $7.7 billion. That's $3 billion less. Then you got the Giants, $7.6 billion. Then you got the New England Patriots, $7.3 billion, and the San Francisco 49ers, $6.6 billion. And then more down the line, you got the New York Jets, $6.6 billion, Miami Dolphins, $6.7 billion, and then the Washington Commanders, $6.3 billion. Do you guys understand how much money is $1 billion? The Dallas Cowboys are more valuable than the LA Rams by $4 billion. Damn near 40% more valuable. This is why I've said it once, I'll say it again, and I'll say it again and again and again. I'll scream it for the rooftops. This is why the Dallas Cowboys are America's team. Yeah, they have not won a Super Bowl since 1996. I get it. They've won it more recently than the San Francisco 49ers, but they are valued at $10.32 billion. Wrap your head around that. I could put Dallas Cowboys in the title, and I would have 57 people on Facebook right here, right now, saying, oh, the Cowboys suck, or the Cowboys this, and we could not even talk about the Cowboys, and they'll talk about the Cowboys for 25 minutes before the show even starts. The Dallas Cowboys are that team. The Dallas Cowboys, put somebody speak on their name, because the more you talk about it, the more and more and more we grow. More and more we grow. Dallas Cowboys, America's teams. Those are my thoughts. So as we continue our thoughts, guys, I got to ask you the question. Let me ask this question. In the comments below, guys, whether you're on Facebook.com or YouTube.com or listening to us over on ESPN Louisville, I got to ask the question. Are the Dallas Cowboys America's team? Simple yes or no in the chat. Put hashtag yes, hashtag no, yes, no, whatever. I see all the comments. Scroll through. Let me know. Do you guys think the Dallas Cowboys are America's team? I am very much intrigued by this question. Very much intrigued by the question. PP, ha ha ha. Sometimes I drink way too much. Pepe or PP or PA. Man, I appreciate you having a sense of humor, man. I am terrible with names. If you guys are new here, I am terrible with names. And sometimes I butcher them just to butcher them so I don't look like a complete idiot when I butcher a name that I should know. And John People says the Dallas Cowboys are only America's team on paper. Only on paper. Trayvon Earl's in the chat. What's up, Trayvon? He says, go Cowboys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cowboys Nation, stand up. Where, do you all see that Dallas Cowboys ball right there? Look at that. That's me and my mama and my pop, my senior night of like high school. But boom, right there. Dallas Cowboys Nation, baby, stand up. And John says they're like a fungus. Hey, we're all like fun guy, baby. We're all fun guy. Fun guys, sometimes fun guys taste good. Sometimes fun guy tastes bad. And John says, how old were you in 1996? In 1996, I was 8 years old. I was 8 years old in 1996. I was in my Dallas Cowboys starter jacket, the one that had the big pocket in the middle and the 3/4 zip. I was rocking that hoodie, and then I had a whole full zip. It was like a 2-zipper jacket. One was like a little fleece zipper, and then one was like the big starter zipper. I was a huge Dallas Cowboys fan through the 90s because my uncle was a Dallas Cowboys fan, and I want to be just like my uncle. And Trayvon says, hell yeah, the Dallas Cowboys are America's team. Put some respect on their name. Hell yeah. And then John's like, hell no. Hell no. No. He says, nah, we living in the past, baby, says Pepe. Nah, we living in the past. Stop living in the past, live in the present. If we're going to live in the present, are the Kansas City Chiefs America's team then? Or is it the lovable losers of San Francisco 49ers? If you want to say we're living in the past, Pepe, 90s are over, 2000s are over, 2010s are over, live in the present, live in the 2020s. Who is America's team in 2020 then? It's got to be the lovable losers, right? It's got to be the lovable losers in the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, man, I'm going to get underneath so many 49er skins when I post this clip. They're going to be so mad. Cowboys are not America's team, says Pepe. But they are. The reason why they are is they haven't been relevant. Let's just be honest. They haven't been relevant since the 1996 season. Ever since Emmitt Smith left that team, they have not been relevant. Yes, they win 13, 14 games in a season. First round exit, year after year after year, right? And their valuation keeps going up. Last season, at this time, it was $9 billion last September. In 11 months, it's gone up $1.32 billion. Not $100 million, not $200 million, not $500 million, not $800 million, $1 billion in one year. In one calendar year, has gone up that much. No other team can say they do that. Lasso says, can you shout out my sick brother? His name's Ismail. Ahmad Hassan. Big shout out to you, man. Get better. We don't like being sick, man. Get down with the sickness. We all know that Disturbed song. Get down with the sickness, right? Get that crap out of here, man. Feel better, Hassan. Feel better, feel better, feel better. Nash says, are you going to talk about J.J. McCarthy's injury? We can definitely talk about J.J. McCarthy's injury. So, as you guys know, when I first, actually, I get home about 1:45-ish in the afternoon. I go home, quickly take a dump, jump on the phone, start throwing through my notification because my notifications are off on my phone all day long while I'm at work. I'm a very, very busy man. 100% focused on work. Catch the satire there. But I did see that J.J. McCarthy is going to be out for potentially a long time because he has a torn meniscus that he's going to have surgery on. If you guys remember, when I talked about the Minnesota Vikings 3 weeks ago when we broke down the NFC North, I said I thought J.J. McCarthy was going to be starter come week 11, week 12. Right after that bye week, I thought, boom, insert J.J. McCarthy. They're going to get hot, win 3-4 games in a row to really round out the year. But now, his growth process has going to be slow now. When I tore my meniscus, mine was just a toenail tear. I chose not to have surgery, but the trainers made me sit out for 3 weeks. If I remember correctly, if I would have had surgery, I would have missed, I think, 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks, I believe it was. I can't remember for sure. Oh, of course, this was, 15, 20 years ago at this, like at this point. But I'm sure technology and medicine has evolved since then. But let's just be realistic. Let's just say it is a six to week 8 injury that J.J. McCarthy has suffered by tearing his meniscus and going to have surgery on it. Guys, we are 3 weeks away from the NFL season. You are out, let's say 6 to 8 weeks. Let's just say conservatively six weeks. So you are back healthy in the locker room practicing come week 4. Guys, you are behind the 8 ball already as a rookie. As a rookie quarterback coming into the NFL, your playbook is couple 3-4 inches thick, right? As is. You are eating, breathing, living football through and through from sun up to sundown. You are dreaming about football. You are thinking about football. You are eating football. When you get removed for 6 to 8 weeks, that slows the process. When I say that slows the process, look at my high school team right now. We have been practicing since mid-June. We have been practicing for 2 solid months. Friday cannot come soon enough for us. We are tired. We are hungry. We are ready to hit somebody else. Think about J.J. McCarthy. He has not set foot on a game field since, mid-January when the championship game was. Yes, he played that preseason game, but he has been chomping at the bits to get at the field. Now he's 6 weeks back. He is going to be set back to day one. All that progression that he has made on the field, learning how to read defenses, how to make good plays, how to disguise coverages and all that other stuff, he is now back to day one. This injury could not come to a worse person. When I was prepping for this Atlanta Falcons show today, one of the guys that I was listening to, I believe he goes by like 17 AKAs. First of all, if you have 17 AKAs, just shut up and just call yourself Bob, right? But it's like AKA, this, whatever. But he did make a very, very good point. This was for the Atlanta Falcons, but this probably goes for NFL in general. I did a quick query, but if you are injured your first year of your NFL career, you miss a significant time, 4 games, 5 games, 6 games, 8 games, your NFL career does not go past year 3. That is for 80% of the people out there. Whether you're a first-round pick, second-round pick, seventh-round pick, right? If you are injured your rookie year and you miss a significant playing time, 3 to 8 weeks, let's say that's called significant playing time, your career normally does not go past year 3. So keep that in the back of your head, Vikings fans. Keep that in the back of your head. If J.J. McCarthy is out for 6 to 8 weeks, which I anticipate he will be, look out. Sam Darnold might be the future. Might be the future there. But that is the J.J. McCarthy. I have not read anything about the injury. I just know it was a meniscus. He's having surgery. Have not seen the timetable at all. 6 to 8 weeks is from my own experience. But if you guys have any other information like about that, feel free to drop it in the chat and we can talk about that. Packers America's team. No, they're not. Archaeologists digging stuff from the 1990s. John's in the chat says, "What's up, John? What's up? Whoa, what are we talking about today, John? We are talking about the Atlanta Falcons score second part of the show. Today is Tuesday. We are in mid-season form here, and it is Tuesday, and it's fact or crap. Fact or crap Tuesday here. So we got a little bit of fact and a little bit of crap coming up here very, very soon. But let me get some through some of these comments talking about America's teams. Chiefs should be America's team if America is about greatness, but too many haters refuse to admire greatness, says Pepe. I will concur with that, Pepe, to an extent, right? As the old saying says, right, haters make you famous. There is such thing as too much success, right? That is why many people do not like Tom Brady, i.e. the New England Patriots. Because they won so frequently, so often, they just got tired of it. Now, if the Chiefs three-peat, like they probably will this season, 3 Super Bowls in a row, 4 out of the last 5, right? People are going to hate them, right? They are going to hate them because basically they're not them, right? I mean, honestly, as a Chiefs fan growing up, I mean, I was a passive Cowboys fan till about 10, 11 years old. And then I was like, go Chiefs because they're my hometown team, right? We disliked winning teams, right? We hated the Raiders. We hated the Raiders because they were winning. We weren't. They were going to the Super Bowl. We weren't. We did not like the Raiders. Moving down the line, we did not like the Patriots because they kept winning and winning and winning and winning. So, Pepe, you are 100% correct. Chiefs probably should be America's team if we did it in the last, 15 years, right? They're definitely on the up and up. They are great. They are the best team in the NFL year after year after year for the last 6-7 years or so. But yeah, we as a society as a whole, we do not praise people in general, right? When my brother from across the street is having success, right? It is easier for me to hate on him than to praise him and to lift him up, right? People want to talk more bad about you than to praise you and lift you up. That is why the circle that I have surrounded myself with Hoffy, with Brandon Combs, with Wayne G, right? John and Jim, and all you guys that got guys out there, my circle is actually pretty freaking tight. I can count on five fingers here my closest friends, right? We got Combsy, we got Hoffy, we got King, we got Fox, and we got AJ. Those are my 5 closest friends, right? We are consistently picking each other up. We are saying, hey, man, I am proud of you. I am proud of you. I am this, and this, and this. Just the other day, I texted Combs. I was just sitting there like on the couch. Like, hey, man, boo, I'm proud of you. Way to go after your dreams. Way to reach your dreams. Way to step back and to achieve for it. I am proud of you. As a man, that is hard for people, or that's hard for people in general, just to say, hey, I'm proud of you. It's so much easier to talk down to people, to disrespect, and to do this, right? And then you got people like Jim that just says F the Chiefs, right? Jim, 100%. 100% F the Chiefs because you ain't us. But I know Jim is all good and fun, right? I know Jim is just trying to get my goat. We as a society, we need to start picking each other up, right? We need to start picking each other up a little bit. John says, can't hate the Chiefs for what they have done. Honestly, no, you can't. They have built from the ground up. It is not like they went out and cherry-picked a bunch of players, right? If you want to hate anybody, hate those teams that are cherry-picking players out there, right? Miami Dolphins. Cherry-picking players. Tyreek Hill, you can come over here. Odell Beckham Jr., you can come on over here. Oh, we need some more defensive help. Bradley Chubb, come on over here. There's such thing as from building from within. The Patriots did it right. The Kansas City Chiefs are doing it. The Steelers used to do it. Now they went out and got a couple free agents, right? Got a couple cherry-picked players and brought them in. But for the most part, you can definitely can't hate them for what they've done. Missing time as a rookie means you flop. Well, that explains FAU. Look, I'm not saying missing time as a rookie means that you flop. It just means that it is a lot harder to catch back up, right? So think about this. You are a high school junior, right? You're a high school junior. All of a sudden, shit gets real, right? You are trying to play catch up for your GPA, whatever, right? You have like a 2.8 GPA and you need a 3.0 to get a scholarship and you're playing catch up. If you wait for 6 months and then catch up the end of your junior year going into your senior year, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder. You always seem like you're half a step behind. I just can't get it. And that's what it seems to be like a rookie. Laura Johnson Hedrick's in the chat. What's up, Laura? She says, shh, let's not speak about that. Skull Nation. Skull. Yeah, honestly, losing JJ kind of sucks. I had hope for JJ. I mean, obviously he can still come in week 12 and do well, right? I mean, he has been at rookie camp. He has done a lot of this. He's done a lot out of that. But it just sucks, right? Justin Space 1 says Browns will probably cut second round Michael Hall Jr. That's just crazy what he did last night. I did not watch the Browns at all last night. What did he do, Justin Space? Browns will probably cut a second round Michael Hall Jr. was what he did last night. What did he do? I don't know what he did. I don't have a lot of Browns news on my phone right now, so I'm curious of what he did. John thinks that the Vikings might sign Ryan Tannehill. I forgot Ryan Tannehill is still a free agent. Ryan Tannehill is still out there. To be honest, why hasn't Ryan Tannehill gone out and got on a team yet? Raiders. I don't know. I personally thought Ryan Tannehill, ever since he left Miami and went to the Tennessee Titans, he improved each and every year. He may have been 20th ranked quarterback, and then 18th, and then 17th, and then 15th, right? He was always making those leaps and bounds. But for the last couple of years of Tennessee Titans, he just never got the fair shake, and I don't know why. I've always kind of liked Ryan Tannehill. He kind of always had a soft spot in my heart, but I don't know why. Jim says, as a Raiders fan, I do not think. I don't hate them often. Not wrong. Nana's in the chat. What's up, Nana? Nana is a member over here at youtube.com. If you guys want to be like Nana, get some game footage. If you if you guys ever want to watch the Raiders game and you're not in the Las Vegas area and you only know you get to watch Vegas Raiders game in Vegas, but hey, Buck, I want to watch the Raiders game. I'll air it for you. Bada bing, bada boom. We there. She says, you're the best, Buck. No, Nana, you're the best. My boys miss you. Laura says Darnold, spelling, I think it's O, right? Darnold. Didn't look bad. Let's not start with Hall, though. Yes. As a Vikings fan, Sam Darnold is your starting quarterback. Sam Darnold was brought in to be the starter to mature J.J. McCarthy or whoever quarterback they were going to pick, right? They were going to mold him, and Sam Darnold was the molding piece. That's ultimately what it come down to, like in the end. Teams don't want that type of quarterback that Ryan is. They don't want so Casey's saying that teams do not want a quarterback like Ryan Tannehill. They don't want a white pocket passing quarterback. That's what it comes down to, right? They don't want a pocket present quarterback, and that's what Ryan Tannehill is. He needs 5 seconds, like in the pocket, to dissect, boom, dink and dunk, right? I mean, the Jets might, if Aaron Rodgers goes down. Who else is kind of a pocket present quarterback? I would say Brock Purdy is. Geno Smith is definitely a pocket present quarterback. I mean, there are some teams out there, but the Minnesota Vikings are probably not one of them. Let's just be honest. Nash Prod says Michael Hall Jr. was a domestic violence charges. That is what he did. Good Lord. Good Lord. Can we get back to football already, huh? Domestic violence, DUIs, racing exotic cars. Come on, guys. Do better. Just do better. That's all we ask is do better. John says, Darnold hasn't been good since entering the league. Tannehill would fill in and mentor JJ better than Darnold. So, do you guys remember, let's flash back, was it 2 or 3 years ago, when Ryan Tannehill arguably had one of his best seasons with the Tennessee Titans? That draft, they drafted Malik Willis, right? Drafted him to kind of compete for that starting position. Why? I don't know. People thought that Malik Willis was going to be the next coming of Michael Vick or Donovan McNabb, right? He was going to be the guy in Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill flat out said, like, I'm not here to mentor you. I'm not here to help you take my job. Now, he quickly backpedaled off of those steps, right? Off of those words, but he did come out and say that. I believe he's claimed that he had a mental breakdown or a psychotic collapse or something to that effect. So, is that the type of person you want mentoring JJ, that wants to be a starting quarterback in the NFL still, that wants to compete for a starting job, that wants to do this, and this? Now, obviously, I want to say that was 3 years ago. I can't remember for sure. Time starts to crumb together when you get old. But obviously, he has matured probably since then. He has grown up a little bit. He has gotten a little bit better in his time and in his words. So, Sam Darnold has kind of been around the block, right? Drafted by the Jets, went to the Panthers, went to the 49ers. He has seen success with the 49ers. He knows what it's like to be successful. Go to the Super Bowl. Ryan Tannehill doesn't. I don't think he even has a playoff win. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. Jim Powell says the Pittsburgh controversy scares me a little bit. Russ is going to want out. So the quarterback controversy in Pittsburgh is a big what if right now. Right? Russell Wilson will not play the second preseason game. I heard Mike Tomlin say that he will not even suit up, if I'm not mistaken. Justin Fields is getting a lot of the reps. I've said it earlier this season. I'm still standing by it. I still think if Justin Fields is the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers come week 1, the Pittsburgh Steelers are an AFC champion caliber team. With Russ, they are still an AFC North potential championship playoff team 100%. But if the Pittsburgh Steelers do have any type of quarterback controversy, who's our starter come week 1? Who's our starter come week 2? 1 week Russ starts, 1 week Field starts. Go switch series, switch halves, whatever. Then the Pittsburgh Steelers are doomed for disaster. I don't think Russ will want out at all. I think Russell Wilson is happy where he's at. I mean, he's making like $60 million to play backup quarterback if that were to happen. Are you mad about that? Hell no, right? I think Russell Wilson is at that age in his career where he just wants to win. He wants to compete, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be a very, very good team. Winning cures all in Pittsburgh. So whether there be a quarterback controversy or not, winning will silence most of the players for most of the year. Now, if you lose 2 games in a row, if you lose 3 games in a row, Slow it down, baby. Then we're going to reevaluate things. Laura says, I don't care who's going to mentor who. I just want to watch some football, damn it. Exactly, Laura. Exactly. Can we bring back regular season already? Week 2 of the preseason starts tomorrow, right? I think it starts tomorrow. Maybe Thursday. Either way. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I guess. The week after Labor Day, we ready, baby. We ready. I don't think Russ will be picked up after the Steelers, says Casey. Listen, the next 2 to 3 weeks is going to be crazy in the NFL landscape, right? There are going to be quarterbacks that go down unbearably, right? Just JJ McCarthy, right? Who is the coach's name? Forget his name. But when JJ did get hurt, he's like, oh, it's just a minor knee thing, right? 12 hours later, he's having surgery. We don't know if Kirk Cousins is healthy. We haven't seen him play yet. We're going to talk about Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix Jr. coming up very shortly here. We don't know how Aaron Rodgers is. He hasn't stepped foot on the field. Kyler Murray, is he worth anything anymore? Guys, if the Steelers cut ways with Russell Wilson, there's going to be a team out there going to pick him up. Whether it be the Jets, whether it be the Atlanta Falcons or the Cardinals, there's going to be a team that picks him up because unbearably there's going to be a backup quarterback or a starting quarterback that goes down, right? Kevin O'Connell. Thanks, Laura. KOC hit it off. Kevin O'Connell is the Vikings head coach. Mark will be Mark and the Raiders ass off about Bus. Russell Wilson to the Raiders, huh? Russell Wilson to the Raiders. Okay. All right, guys, so it is Tuesday edition here of Man Hour NFL Talk. Every Monday through Friday, we are live 2:30 to 3:30-ish, 4 o'clock. Every Monday through Friday. This is the only truly live interactive show you'll get out there. Other shows try to say they're live and interactive, but no. I see every comment. We try to address every comment. If you guys ever want to talk about anything, pop it in the chat, and we'll go off on a tangent one way or the other. But here on Tuesdays, we do fact or crap. We scour the old interwebs. We jump on the Twitter machines. We jump on our Discord. We talk shit all day long. And then I bring up the statements, and I determine whether it's fact or crap. Whether it's fact or crap. It's simple. But the first fact or crap of the day. Sean Reddick. He said he wants to be traded from the Jets. He says, I want out. This man demanded a trade from the Philadelphia Eagles back in March. Got traded to the Jets for a 3rd-round pick. Had a press conference with the New York Jets saying, I am here long-term. I love it here. Give me some money. Has not set foot in the complex since then. Now he is demanding a trade again. As soon as that tweet came out, 10:30 by Adam Schaffner, about 20 minutes later, bada bing, bada boom, the Jets are like, oh, no, we're not trading you. You're on contract. Get your ass to work. So we got to ask this question. Guys, is it fact or is it crap that Reddick will be a New York Jet come week 1 of the 2024 NFL season? Guys, this has been so unheard of. Reddick is now on his 4th team in 7-8 years. Drafted by the Cardinals, went to the Panthers for a year, spent a couple years with the Eagles, and now with the New York Jets. Has a set foot on the Jets complex, but still part of the New York Jets. This guy has been a top performer in the league year after year after year. He has 50 sacks in just the last, 4 years alone. He's at top of his game. When the Eagles traded him, I'm like, whoa, this is dumb. What are y'all thinking? But he obviously is 30 years old going this season. As an edge rusher, we've seen it with Von Miller. We've seen it with other outside edge rushers. Once you hit about 30, bada bing, bada boom, your career goes down. It is what it is. Father Time is undefeated. Reddick wants his bag. Reddick wants a nice long-term deal, whether it be 4 years, 5 years. He wants to get paid. He wants to make those dollar bills. Yo, That's why ultimately the Philadelphia Eagles traded him, because they weren't going to give him a long-term deal. When you get traded to the Jets for a third-round pick, it was kind of, I think, a gentleman's agreement saying, hey, we're going to get a long-term deal done. And Reddick actually come out and said that earlier. I was under the impression that the Jets were going to give me a long-term deal. The Jets said, we're not going to work with you until you come to camp. So they're all button heads. Basically, who is going to blink first, what it comes down to? Who is it going to blink first? So, guys, fact or crap, will Reddick be a New York Jet come week 1? And I think this is a fact. I think it is a fact. Because when he first demanded a trade from the Philadelphia Eagles, teams were not knocking out the door saying, hey, Philly, what do you want for this guy? What do you want? We want him. No, really, the only team that ever came out after him was the New York Jets. And it showed by a third-round draft pick. When you hear this demanding 2 trades in less than 6 months, I'm starting to think this guy has character issues. I'm starting to think that Reddick has more wrong upstairs than Antonio Brown does. Maybe his ego has just been inflated just a little bit too much, and the Jets maybe shrunk him down to size a little bit. But he will not be on a different team come week 1, 2024. And I think he'll be in a Jets uniform playing and getting a couple sacks week 1. I think that's the way it is. So what do you guys think? Fact or crap? Will Reddick be a New York Jet come 2024? Week number 1. 3 weeks away. 4 weeks away. Whatever it is. Less than a month. Laura says, I love this show. Thank you for always being awesome. Laura, thank you for being here. Definitely appreciate you, Laura. Derek says, what's up with the quarterback situation in Seattle? I don't think the Seahawks have a quarterback issue. Geno Smith was hurt. Let's use those air quotes very, very loosely. I just think he needed a veteran day off or two. So that sprained ankle that he had, was it a sprained ankle or a sprained knee? But I don't think they have any quarterback controversy. I don't think there's any question of who the starter is. I think in Seattle, Geno Smith is the guy. PJ Walker's probably going to earn the backup spot, and then Washington guy Sam Howell, he will probably end up being the third string guy. I think as long as Geno Smith just doesn't suck, I think the Seahawks will be perfectly fine. Casey says Reddick is chasing money. Of course he's chasing money. He wants the bag. He wants the big payday. Pepe says Eagles might have known Hassan was the crazy hot girl and now she lives with the Jets. Philly is smiling right now. You want to know what's even funnier? Is Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas was the general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles when he traded him to the New York Jets. And now Joe Douglas is the general manager of the New York Jets. Of course what is Joe Douglas thinking? I don't know. But I think it is fact 100% that Reddick will be a New York Jet come week 1. No team is ever going to touch him whatsoever. Brandon Aiyuk. Guys, this has been a topic on our show for 5 days in a row now. 5 days in a row now, Brandon Aiyuk has somewhat pretty much led this show. Today, it's kind of in the back burner, but I think this is still big news. Earlier today, or was it late yesterday, I saw a press conference with Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, and he said, and I quote, Brandon Aiyuk has been at practice, off to the sideline, running his own routes, and he has been involved in meetings. Guys, we have heard many rumors that pretty much that the Steelers trade is basically done, right? They had a verbal agreement. It is out there on the table. It is Brandon Aiyuk's deal to turn down at this particular point. He's already turned down the New England Patriots offer, and we heard that the 49ers turned down the Cleveland Browns offer as well. As soon as I started this show, I got an alert on my phone, And basically, it said that the San Francisco 49ers have given Brandon Aiyuk their last ultimatum. Basically, take this deal that we're offering you. I didn't see the deal, how much it was, or you're going to Pittsburgh. Whether they agree to a long-term deal or not, we are getting the 2 picks and the player that Pittsburgh Steelers is offering. The line has been drawn in the sand. So, guys, is it going to be a fact or is it a crap that Brandon Aiyuk is a San Francisco 49er come week 1 of this NFL season? With that line being drawn in the sand, I think that makes Brandon Aiyuk a little bit more upset. You can say all the right things. You can do all the right things, right? You can come to practice on the sideline, which is absolutely stupid. Whatever. That's the dumbest thing ever. You can go to your meetings. You can be a part of your brotherhood and do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, when the 49ers have drawn the line in the stands saying, take this offer or go to Pittsburgh, I think Brandon Aiyuk is going to test the waters in another city, in another stadium, in another state. If the San Francisco 49ers are only going to offer him $20 million, I can go to Pittsburgh and compete for a Super Bowl, be the man, the myth, the legend over there, have a breakout year, break 1,500 yards probably, and then if they don't want to pay me, I'm going to test free agency. Guys, this is 100% crap. This is crap. I do not see Brandon Aiyuk as a San Francisco 49er this season. I think he is out. I think come this time tomorrow, we are talking about a blockbuster trade between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Francisco 49ers. Whether the Raiders come in there as a mix with the potential 3-team trade that we talked about earlier with Devontae Adams, but I think he is out. I think he is out 100%, guys. Factor crap. What do you think? Does Brandon Aiyuk suit up for the San Francisco 49ers come week 1? Derek says, what doesn't he like about the Jets besides the money? Meaning Reddick. I don't know. I don't know about that. James says, Aiyuk opposite of Pickens would be electric. Not only that, guys, Najee Harris and the backup running back, what's his name? Was it Mathins? Let me look it up. Warren. Jalen Warren, right? With the 1-2 punch of Najee Harris and Jalen Warren, George Pickens with Aiyuk and Van Jefferson. Guys, this is a 49ers 2.0. This is all this is, right? We talked about the Steelers as is. Basically, the quarterback play doesn't have to suck, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be a 10-11 win team with that offense that they have orchestrated with that great defense. Then you add a great weapon in Brandon Aiyuk. You are 100% correct, James. It would be electric. No more of these 400-yard games like myths that are in Pittsburgh. They'll be like 500-yard games, 600-yard games. It would be crazy. Derek says some people want money, Pro Bowls, not win the big one. So I think deep down, everybody wants to win a Super Bowl, right? Deep down, everybody at some point wants to win a championship. But it also comes very clear that it is very hard to get a championship. I'm going to flash back to my high school career. I started my freshman year, sophomore year, junior. I was a 4-year starter, right? In those 4 years that my senior class, that my class of 2005 were together, we lost a total of 6 games. In 4 years, we lost a total of 6 games. 4 of those games were in semi-state championship game. 4 of the 6 were in semi-championship games. All we had to do was win one more game to get to the state championship, and we can never do it. Lost to the same team 4 years in a row. Our division rivals. The same team that we beat previously in the other 3 years, right? 5 of our losses of the 6 came to the same team. It still haunts me to this day. But I don't know if it was our mind game, was they had a head game, like whatever. We knew when we played in the playoffs, we're like, damn, we play these motherfuckers again. Damn, right? And Aiyuk might be that way right now. Hey, it's like, hey, I've gone to the Super Bowl twice with the San Francisco 49ers, and we haven't won the big one yet. Damn. Let me get that money. Let me get those dollar bills, y'all. Let's do it. Adam Tucker says, I think the Panthers should try to get Brandon Aiyuk. So, Adam, thank you for the comment, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're live every Monday through Friday, 2:30 East Coast time here. But when we talked about this yesterday, right? The 49ers Super Bowl window is closing. Quickly closing. Once they play Brock Purdy, that window might be shut. They're in a must-win now situation. When you give up Brandon Aiyuk, you have to get something in return. Are the Panthers willing to give up Adam Thielen? Are the Panthers willing to give up Deontay Johnson? Are they willing to give up a potential 2 receivers, right? Because what the 49ers want is they want a player. They want a player plus 2 draft picks, whether it be a first and a second and a third. They want two draft picks plus a player. Are the Panthers willing to give up a guy they just traded for in Deontay Johnson? Are they willing to give up a Adam Thielen that had a career year last year? Their best receiver. Are they willing to give that up to get Brandon Aiyuk? Then you have to think about this long term. Does giving up 2 picks, losing Deontay Johnson, does the addition of Brandon Aiyuk get me a winning ball club? And the answer to that question, the Panthers is no. Those 2 draft picks are a hell of a lot more valuable than Brandon Aiyuk is for the Carolina Panthers. So teams that are in shambles right now with terrible wide receiver cores, like the Panthers, like the Denver Broncos, like the Chargers, like the Patriots, they all should be 100% out. Worry about keeping that draft capital. Worry about building with like in. Laura says, crap, he does not get traded, or he does not play for the 49ers. She says crap, and I agree with that. Let me get that thumbs up there. Boom. Nash Prod says, nah, that's crap too. He gets traded, baby. He does get traded. But guys, this is Atlanta Falcons Day. Breaking down the NFC South. We spent a lot of time talking football, which is what it is, baby. But the Atlanta Falcons, guys, they are a team that made some noise this offseason. They colluded with Kirk Cousins to ultimately bring him down. Signed him some big dollar bills, coming off of that Achilles injury. Kirk Cousins is supposed to be the saving grace for the Atlanta Falcons this season. He is supposed to be the man, the myth, the legend. But the owner, the general manager is like, nah, guys, hold my beer. Let's go out and draft a quarterback. Let's not only draft a quarterback, let's move up to draft a quarterback that we could have gotten in the 3rd round. Let's not even draft a quarterback that we could have gotten in the 3rd round. Let's move up and draft him in the 1st round in Michael Penix Jr. Now, I like Michael Penix Jr. I live here in Indiana, southern Indiana, and he was a Indiana Hoosier for 2 years, I think it was. 2 years, I believe Michael Penix Jr. was a Hoosier. Got hurt both those years. Tore ACL, tore shoulder. Michael Penix Jr. had a lot of injuries when he was here at Indiana. In transfers to Washington after his senior year here. Bada bing, bada boom, had great. Wrapped up in Washington, did great. Led him to the playoffs. I think they got beat in the playoffs, right? But had a great career. Finish it out great. Michael Penix Jr. played in preseason 1. Kirk Cousins did not. Michael Penix Jr. looked pretty good. Nice, strong arm. Read the pocket real well. Had some touch issues, right? Kind of rifled it in there on the short passes when he could have took off a little bit and touched it. It may have caught it. But, guys, is there a quarterback controversy happening in Atlanta? Is there a quarterback issue happening in Atlanta? Because Kirk Cousins, coming off the Achilles injury, was like week 7, he went down. We don't know if Kirk Cousins can even play football anymore. Just like Aaron Rodgers in New York, we don't know how good or how strong that Achilles actually is. We don't really know. We know that Michael Penix Jr. looked pretty good week 1, preseason 1. We know that Michael Penix Jr. has had a pretty good camp. We know that Michael Penix Jr. is a very lovable guy. Kirk Cousins is a very lovable guy too, but young, athletic. Michael Penix Jr. is kind of the sexy pick, right? So, guys, is there a quarterback controversy in Atlanta? Can the Falcons really, truly put $250 million on the bench in Kirk Cousins? Well, he signed a 4-year, $250 million deal? Can you legitimately, cut that, which I don't think they will, but put him on the bench and put in a rookie? How pissed off would Atlanta Falcons fans be if that were to happen? Guys, I think they have a quarterback controversy in Atlanta. And I think if they want to have success moving forward beyond this year, beyond next year, into 2020-30, I know it sounds very far away. That's only 6 years away. Wow, we're getting old. Michael Penix Jr. is the future. Put him in now. Because I don't think the Falcons are going to be worth that much this season, to be honest. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons really have the girth, the mustard, the defense, the offense to really compete in the NFC South. Yes, I know last year they finished the season 7-10, right? They strung a couple wins together versus the Saints and Jets, but other than that, they lost a hell of a lot of games more than they won. They're in rebuild mode, right? Rebuild with Michael Penix Jr. and see what you got. What do you guys think? Who should start for the Atlanta Falcons week 1? Is it Michael Penix Jr. or is it the Atlanta Falcons? Speaking of week 1, that's exactly who the Atlanta Falcons play week 1 at home versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their former head coach is the offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. When we broke down the Pittsburgh Steelers, I thought this was going to be must-see TV game. I thought this game was going to be like, hey, I want to watch this game. I want to watch the Pittsburgh Steelers offense and Arthur Smith go crazy. I want to see what is going to happen. Excuse me. And I think week 1, the Pittsburgh Steelers win this game. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers win week 1. They kind of embarrass the Atlanta Falcons. I don't care who the quarterback is. I don't care if it's Michael Penix Jr. I don't care if it's Kirk Cousins. I don't care if it's Ryan Tannehill. I think the Falcons are overmatched in this week 1 game. Week 2, new offensive coordinator, new head coach, new quarterback. Things are starting to kind of finally come together week 2. Finally come together week 2, start to look a little bit better, and they compete against a bad Eagles team. Monday Night Football in Philly, the crowd's going to be wild. The crowd's going to be crazy. That gives them 10 points automatically, and that's exactly what the Falcons lose by. Week 2 of the Philadelphia Eagles is by 10 points. I think it's a 30-20 game, and the Falcons start the season off 0-2. Junis Howard's in the chat. What's up, Junis? He says Kirk Cousins should be the starter. Okay. And if Kirk Cousins is a starter, he does start off rough versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, get beat bad by the Steelers, lose by 10 to the Philadelphia Eagles, and then week 3, they're at home. 4 of the next 5 games are at home versus kind of tough opponents. Let's just be honest. But people are excited in Atlanta come week 3. People in week 3 for the Atlanta Falcons, they are a little bit excited. Reigning back-to-back Super Bowl champions come to town. And I think the Falcons beat the Chiefs week 3. I think the Falcons beat the Chiefs week 3, and the buzz is buzzing in ATL. Another home game, another win. Saints come into town. Kirk Cousins and the boys are clicking. Offense is looking good. Everything's looking pretty nice. And they win back-to-back games versus 2 really, really good teams versus the Chiefs and the Saints, making them 2-2 on the season. Week 5, third home game in a row. Another really, really good team comes to Atlanta in the Dome. Let's do it. The Dirty Birds are going crazy. Oh, Jamal Anderson. Oh, right. Another win. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers shit the bed Week 5 versus the Atlanta Falcons, giving their third win on the season, third win in a row. Get us the Week 6 matchup when they take on the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte, North Carolina. Panthers are a really, really good defensive team. Not great, but they're good. Falcons are that much better. Falcons win yet another game. 4 in a row. Over 3 divisional opponents back to back to back. And we're like, slow it down, baby. ATL, turn up. Like, turn up for what? Week 7, Seahawks coming into town. Cross-country game, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Give me the Falcons. Anytime a team goes coast to coast, plays that early game from West Coast to East Coast, plays that 1 o'clock game, give me the home team every time. Every time. NFL Dude Says 25 says, how are my Seahawks going to do this season? I think they're a 9-win team. I think they're third place in the NFC West. Behind the Rams, behind the 49ers, respectively. Week number 8. Right now, guys, the Falcons are riding sky high. 5 wins in a row. We are 5-2 going into Week 8, traveling to Tampa Bay, and this is where the wheels come off. They have hit the fork in the road of the season. They're going to be really, really good or not so great. And guess what? I think, guys, the Falcons are going to be not so great. Yes, they have wins over the Chiefs, Saints, Bucks, Panthers, Seahawks. But it's time to slow it down. They lose to the Bucks. Then Week 9, the Cowboys come into town. They lose to the Cowboys. Week 10, even slow it down some more. They lose to the Saints. 3-game losing streak. Week 11, going to Mile High Stadium to take on Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. That's right, but I think Bo Nix is going to start. That is another loss. They had 5 wins in a row, and then all of a sudden they have 4 losses in a row. What is going on? We need a bye week. We need to shake something up. Insert Michael Penix Jr. Week 12, insert Michael Penix Jr. That's right. I think Kirk Cousins officially gets benched come Week 12. Yes, they were hot for five games, beating some of the best 5 teams in the NFL. Losing 4 in a row, going into a bye week. Welcome Chargers come Week 13. Michael Penix Jr. is in there, and he balls out versus the Chargers. There's no film on this on this guy. He balls out, and he goes crazy. Week 14. Battle of the rookies, I think. I think J.J. McCarthy gets put in at this particular time for the Minnesota Vikings. We've been talking a lot about him since his knee injury when we broke down the Vikings 3 weeks ago. I had J.J. McCarthy coming in after their bye week, which is Week 12. Insert Michael Penix Jr. for the Atlanta Falcons, their Week 12 bye. Both second game, I think J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings are a wee bit better, and the Vikings win this game. Week 15. Falcons. Monday Night Football travel to Allegiant Stadium to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. This is probably a AOC, Adrian O'Connell versus a Michael Penix Jr. battle, and Michael Penix Jr. gets the better of AOC. At this particular time of the season, the Raiders kind of like, we're done. Falcons are like, hey, let's see what we got. Week 16. Back at home, take on the Giants. That's another win. Michael Penix Jr. right now, guys, is 3-1 as a starter, with wins over the Chargers, Raiders, and Giants. Michael Penix Jr. is kind of the talk of the town right now, but guess what? Week 17, they go to Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, and they lose to the Commanders. Week 18, they're back at home, taking on the Carolina Panthers, and the Panthers win this game. Ultimately, I think the Atlanta Falcons will go 8-9 this season. I think the Falcons are a below-average team at best after benching Kirk Cousins, after getting hot first part of the season, winning 5 games in a row over the Chiefs, Saints, Bucks, Panthers, and Seahawks. And then something just doesn't click after that point. They lose to the Bucks, Cowboys, Saints, Broncos. Go into the bye week, he gets benched. I think the Atlanta Falcons hype train needs to slow it down, baby. I think the Kirk Cousins hype train in Atlanta needs to slow it down, baby. I think the Kyle Pitts and Drake London hype needs to slow it down in Atlanta, baby. Think y'all need to take a chill pill. I think the Atlanta Falcons are not the worst in the division, because they had the Carolina Panthers, which we had them at 5 wins, 5-12. So right now, Atlanta Falcons right now sitting at 8-9 this season. That's where I think they're at. Derek says, Atlanta old line not stopping the Raiders defense. The Raiders defense was pretty good the second half of the season. With the last 6 games, they were a top 10 defense, right? John, Jim, correct me if I'm wrong. But that was the last 6 weeks of the season. Give me a full season, Raiders fans, and then we can see what happens. Then we'll talk about it. If y'all continue to do well through 2024 into 2025, then we'll talk about you. But right now, slow it down. Atlanta Falcons, guys, I have them at 8-9. Let me know. Is that too high? Is that too low? Or is that just right? But until next time, guys, this is Michael Buckheiser. This is live, raw, uncut NFL talk. We'll see you next time. We out.